Yeah, I decided to do peptides. Needed to rest tomorrow as well. Your body doesn't know the difference.
I just hated myself, and that I feel like the only thing I had really going for me was my career.
Oh God, this is feeling a little bit like intimidating, to be honest.
What's one lesson you've learned this year?
I haven't really given you much of an update in terms of specialists and what the go is. To give you a very brief, vague rundown, I was seeing a lot of specialists, scans done, getting the tests done and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't really film a whole lot, which sucks because I really wanted to try and shed more light on like the whole thing, especially in hairdressing. Like there are so many hairdressers that battle with severe hand, shoulder, neck pain, and I wanted to try and be a voice, but that's okay. It wasn't meant to be. To be honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot of like direction in terms of like what to do next. My doctor was kind of like looking at his computer thinking,
maybe you need to go to a hand physio.
Now, absolutely love that. Thank you so much, doctor. But I have been doing physio, and I do have a specialist who is absolutely amazing. That was really not giving me much relief. And to be completely frank with you, paying for physio to get maybe an hour's worth of relief just wasn't enough for me. So I have done more research, of course, in typical Maxi fashion. I don't take no for an answer, and I don't take me living in this amount of pain lightly. So I actually was doing quite a lot of research earlier in the year around peptides. Actually for Matt, to be honest, because every single day he battles with some severe pain in his ankle from his motorbike accident. He had a motorbike accident a few years ago, and his foot is pretty much metal. So he's in agony, you know, walking, working, all that kind of stuff. So I came across BPC 157, and you can get it in the black market, or you can get prescribed from it. So I found a doctor who gives me a script for it. Now I actually found this person through Adam Sullivan, which is that Cunny's guy, and he was talking about how he was really scared to come out and say that he was using peptides because obviously, you know, there wasn't much, no one really knew much about it, right? And people are always going to judge. And he just came out a couple months ago and was like, you know, like that's how I recovered from this surgery so easily and blah, blah, blah. And upon that, I started asking people around me more questions. Hey, do you know much about BP7? Hey, and then little did I know, oh yeah, I've been using that for this surgery, or I've had this, or I've been using this. And the more I spoke about it, the more so many people were using it to help them with their pains or surgeries and overcoming all the things. So I booked an appointment. And I had an appointment with the doctor. We spoke about it. I had to submit bloods, which was great because I had already done my bloods just like literally 3 weeks prior, and like full hormone testing and everything like that. So I had to full submit like all these documents. The consultation form in itself, you know, took me an hour to fill out. You will be honestly a prime candidate for EPC 157 and another one that I can't remember, T something. And so I went ahead and I did it. And it's quite confronting, to be honest with you. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to share this part, but I guess, of course, I can pick and choose what I want to share and what I don't. But I think that this could help someone if they are feeling in absolute agony like I was. So yeah, I decided to do peptides, BPC 157, and start my journey on that. It's an injection that I have to do daily, and yeah, it is quite expensive. You can get it on the black market, obviously like other websites and stuff like that. A few of my friends, colleagues, other coaches that I know were doing that. For me, I'm like, I don't want to do the wrong thing nor spend money and it be the wrong thing or for it not to work. So I have got a script from a doctor and it comes with everything that I need, needles, everything like that. It's quite confronting, to be honest with you. And, you know, I open myself up to some severe judgment here, but also I know that if you were experiencing the level of pain that I was having, you would do whatever it took to get rid of that pain, because honestly, my quality of life was just feeling like very average. I was feeling quite angry and irritated from it. I was feeling quite frustrated. My sleep was negatively impacted. I wasn't having night sleep. I was waking up. I was dreading going to bed. And then with melatonin now being banned, it was just like a whole nother kerfuffle, you know, like my doctor prescribed me melatonin and it's like 2.5 mgs compared to like 10, which are what I was taking, which is absolutely nothing. So when you're experiencing that level of like chronic pain, you would do whatever it takes to get rid of it. And if injecting something every single day is the outcome, I am actually okay with that because I want to have a good quality life and I'm only 31. Like, I don't need this. I don't want this. And if I have the capabilities to actually do something to help myself, I'm gonna do that. So I will share my journey with you guys and hopefully in a way you can be judgment free. Also, I just want to say, like, because I am doing this doesn't mean that I am not neglecting myself. Like, I am still going to be eating low inflammation foods. I am still doing whatever I can on my behalf to make sure that I am looking after my hands. Just because I'm taking something now to help with my pain and to help repair it and all that kind of stuff does not mean that I can now just like log out and not care. I'm still doing everything. Saunas, low impact, cardio, like removing as much inflammation in my body as possible, looking after myself as good as possible. And that will be used in conjunction. I feel like so many people use medication as like their number one defense, and then they just like half-ass everything else, diet, exercise, mental health, like all that kind of stuff, and then wonder why it might only work short term. So nothing on my end changes, to be honest. Just the same thing, just with a little bit of added support. Oh God, this is feeling a little bit like intimidating, to be honest. So this is my script from the doctors for my hands for BPC 157. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But it's pretty much a peptide, which is going to help my chronic pain in my hands, which I will need to inject into my stomach. It's just looking a little bit like, a little bit daunting right now, but obviously I know that this is going to help, and I've obviously done a lot of research. Holy shit. How do I even do this? I know how to do this because they have given me a whole instruction list, but it's still very daunting. So I will leave that there for when Matt gets home and I will tackle that. But yeah, pretty crazy. So I've got BPC 157 and then I have thymocerin beta 4, which is also going to help that in combination. Pretty hectic. Anyway, it's just daunting, like seeing all of that, but at the same time I know this is going to be really beneficial for me and it's going to help me. Crazy that like pharmacists can just like send this to you, like these are just like syringes. Anyway, for the future of Maxie's health, being proactive. This was like over $1,000, by the way. But you can't put a price on like feeling better, so that's what I'm telling myself.
What's one lesson you've learned this year?
I think my biggest like quotey lesson is like fear.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Really?
And because this year especially, I've done so much that I'm like so scared of, and every time I do that, I prove to myself that I can do shit scared.
Yeah.
And like every time I've done shit scared, that's when I've actually grown. Like I've never grown, obviously, being comfortable and not being scared. Like when I'm shitting the fucking bed, that's when I know I'm like, okay, this is gonna help me grow.
Definitely.
Like public speaking for me was like a huge thing, and like I went to a public speaking course in front of like 20 corporate people as a beautician, and then I went to I hosted 2 events and I spoke in those 2 events and I was like, my voice was shaking, but then overall that taught me so much, and I've also now got like public speaking, like I've asked to be a guest speaker at like events. So like everything that I've done that I'm like scared of, I've built that confidence and like I've just turned it into like a lesson.
Yeah, I love that. Are you doing another public speaking course?
No.
I thought you said you were doing one.
You know Sarah? Oh yeah, Sarah. You know her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I did, but I don't know how to do it again.
I thought you were doing that in
I'm
November.
booked in. How did you know that?
Because you told me. And I remember,
remember, yeah.
everything.
I have booked that in, but I don't know if I'm gonna go. I'm actually too scared. That's just really scary.
What? Wait, so you paid for the ticket and you're not going to go? You're like queen of cancelling. Hey,
No, I'm not.
I'll go to another retreat. No, cancel.
No, but you admitted that I shouldn't do that.
You should not. You do not have time
I don't
for
have
that.
time for that.
You
But
do not
I
have
don't know.
time.
No, just like I don't know.
What, you're just going to lose the money?
I-
I want these. I want
Yeah,
these
they're
little
really
stickies.
They're matching to my toes.
Yeah.
See? I'm not gonna show you.
So, please.
Guys, get a
No
foot
foot
fetish.
So, like, would you just lose the money?
Yeah.
What? Did you lose?
Potentially. No, not the retreat.
Okay, thank God.
No, I got that back, but
Queen of cancelling. Kidding. Just kidding. She doesn't because she
She
needs.
doesn't, guys.
She should not be going to another retreat right now. Can't tell you why. Secret.
secrets that you don't ever know.
But yeah, I think feel the fear anyway. And I think also another one for you, which I really thought you were going to do, is sometimes what you think is your plan is not going to be a plan, and you just like learn to adapt and follow it and not make that mean that you're behind or ahead or wrong.
Yeah. But I think that's still like a learning thing for me.
Yeah. Still in the process of learning.
Yeah.
Haven't transcended, haven't moved through.
I mean,
I just literally can imagine Matt going, what the fuck does transcended mean? Haven't moved through it yet.
Are you sure? Imagine they're like, no, that's not what transcends
Yeah.
mean.
Like,
I don't know what
to
it means.
transcend something, it's like that was something that you were working on and you've just transcended that now and you're fine. Like, you've gone to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a lesson, but I think I'm still learning that.
Still in the pits. Still
Still in the trenches. Still crying through it. What's your biggest lesson this year?
My biggest lesson this year is that I don't always like. My biggest lesson, I reckon, has just been, and I feel like this like really hit me in May, is that not everyone wants to have, like 6-7 figures in their account, and not everyone wants to be grinding. Like, sometimes I felt like I was working because everyone around me was like working, but I actually don't want that. And admitting that, and then people being like, yes you do, you're lying, and I'm like, actually I fucking don't. And so for me, I've actually been sitting with that so much. I sat with that so much in May. Like, I went Bali traveling solo, and just like that trip was just a lot of like self-reflection, inner work for myself, being like, what do I actually want? And so many people around me were like, do more, drive, and I was like, drive, this is not what I want though. And I just felt like that was not it. So I feel like being okay with just actually like, this is the whole point. This is the whole point. On Wednesday at 11 o'clock, sitting at the beach, talking to you, going to the sauna, that's the whole point. Not working. 7 figures, fucking cry. Like, I don't want that. I've been there. And I just don't care. I like my little life. If I struggle to have money, I'll just make it work, like you. Like, I just make it work. I actually don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I believe like we don't take money to the grave, so you may as well live the best life. And if that means that I need to work every single day, every single hour of the day to get to that happiness, I don't fucking want it. So for me, my biggest lesson is actually like shutting people out, and like not looking at like what they're doing and stuff like that, and being like, actually I've had that before, and I chose differently. And me not being wrong, because I feel like for a little bit there I was almost like shaming myself, like, you have so much potential, you can do so much. But I do have so much potential, and I'm still utilizing that potential, but I just don't want to be running myself to the ground. I'm happy with like, oh shit, got a couple of bills this week, all right, let's just not budget for it, but like, let's just like figure it out. I don't care for it, and I guess like the inside of that, like, I see so many people that are like, preaching this life, but like, I know they're not happy.
And like, everyone's like version of success is so different. Like, yours is like this
is the whole point. And I share that so much on my social media, like, this is the whole point. Like, I could be going for a walk with Matt at 4 o'clock on a Monday. This is the whole point to why I work. I don't work to fucking sit at my desk for like 18 hours 5 days, 6 days a week. I work 15 hours so I have today off.
You live to
work-
work.
I work to live. I don't live to work. And for a lot of my life, I lived to work, and I just actually don't want that. So if I just make do, and you know, like me and Matt have always had that approach. Like, yes, obviously we want nice things, we want a nice house, we want a nice car, but I am good just having that. I don't want that. So my biggest lesson is just like, honestly, like sometimes you don't actually want that.
Yeah.
And like letting people be like,
Confused.
you're lying.
Yeah.
You're saying small. And like I definitely did the inner work. Am I lying? Am I scared? No, I'm actually not. I've actually had that before. You know, my business in hairdressing before COVID was fucking flying. And even when we sold it, like it was still flying. I got so much clientele, but I just don't desire the quality of life that gave me. And yes, people will probably argue, oh, but you can have it all. You can to a certain extent. You can't have a growing business and not be like, you know, like a bit sleep deprived. Unfortunately, like I'm here to tell you, no business coach is gonna fucking say this, but if you want to have a massive, you know, business, whether that be in person or online, you're probably gonna have a dysregulated nervous system. Even if you do all the work, you're gonna be still stressed because the jobs are endless. You're gonna have probably no sleep. Yes, your gym sessions are probably gonna be move the needle ones. You're not gonna be hitting any PBs, but that's what it requires to grow. And anyone that has a business is like that will admit to it is actually quite hard, you know. Like even Matt, like he has seasons where he's like he's working so much and he's going to the gym, you know, every day. He's not hitting PBs, he's going every day for his mind, but he knows that his mind is on work, you know. And I've got friends, like even like my friend Talia, who owns like Glow Cosmetics injectables. Like she fucking grinds. She'll be working at like 1 a.m 2 a.m and she'll work all day in clinic. And like something does have to give. She'll just go to the gym and her physique's change and her main focus is on business. But unfortunately, like you kind of can't have it all to an extent. It's all seasons, and like that season's going to be temporary. And I feel like I've done my season of that. So.
And you'd prefer this little life.
Yeah, but then also if I want to grind, if I want to go to Europe next year, like you'll see me ramp it up.
And you like it. I feel like no decision's permanent too. Like even
No.
like in 2 years, you could completely change your mind. And be
Definitely,
like, actually, I do.
definitely. But you'll see me ramp it up. Like, you know, like right now, this is my season. I'm like, oh yeah, just like fluffing. But if you had seen me in June for the July holiday, like I was working so much. I was working. And then in May, same thing. Like before I go on holidays, I grind. End result. Like it's all a season. So that's the biggest thing, is just realizing that whatever season you're in is not permanent, and it will ebbs and flows, and it will never be linear. It will always be like this. But you just need to have enough. Like, but I will disagree with, if you want to be successful, you can't go to the gym and you can't do your steps and you can't meal prep. Fuck off.
Get up early.
I disagree.
Make it work.
Because like any like CEOs, like big business company people, like they're going to the gym. Yes, they might not be locked in, they might be doing their emails, they are eating well, they might have chefs, whatever, but like get the pre-made meals. Like, you know, like one of the biggest things that I really respect Matt for is in the busiest seasons of his life, he still goes to the gym, he still does these things. Yes, he might not have lunch, but he'll come home and have all these calories later. Like he still looks after himself. And to be the best business owner that you can be, or human, or parent, or husband, or wife, or whatever, whoever you are, you need to look after you. So I will disagree with the fact that you can also look after yourself. It just might mean less.
It'll look different.
Less quality. But you can still look after you.
And
You
like
cannot.
looking after yourself is selfless. Because
Yes.
then it impacts everyone around you as well.
Yeah, well, like let's be real. Like if I didn't go to the gym for like 2 weeks, I would probably be pretty cunty. Like I would be, and that would be coming from internal, because I'm like, oh, I look like shit. I feel like shit. I've slept in. I've been rotting. Like, so then I'm not very good for Matt and probably you.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be like, I'm so lazy. Like it's just selfless. Like showing up for you is not selfish. It's selfless, and that can literally look like a half an hour gym session. Like that's
Exactly.
all. That's all it has to be.
Don't
Anyway,
make it deep. Are we done?
yeah.
Am I not gonna ask you questions?
Okay, you can ask me one question.
Twice in my life, and I'm not even being like I've only burped twice.
What the hell?
know.
I've literally just burped twice in this car.
Yeah, and big boys too.
Because this drink, man.
Well, I'm not having any issues.
Okay, she wanted to ask me a question. I
Okay,
was gonna
my
close it
question
because
is.
we're doing a laptop stint.
My question is, what was the turning point to you getting your shit together and completely like changing your life around?
Wait,
Is
you know,
that,
you
is
know
that worded
this?
right?
But you know this? But you do know this? Yeah, you know this.
No, I don't.
I spoke about it at the retreat.
I like. I was too busy fucking crying. So.
My biggest turnaround was honestly like we were in lockdown and I was like playing so much poor me. I was so depressed. I was binge eating every day. I literally probably slept all day. I would move from my bed to the couch and then sleep all day and watch movies all day and literally did nothing. At that time I had Bobby who was like 8 weeks old or 10 weeks old or something like that, and so he at least made me get out of bed and move from bed to couch, and then I would take him for a walk. But my main reasons for even why I got Bobby before him was just like I was so depressed. I was so depressed, and like I just hated myself, and that I feel like the only thing I had really going for me was my career, and that's fucked. Like if all you have is your career, like that career should be a part of you, not your entire identity. Like I was known as like Hair by Maxi. Like I'd walk in the street and people like, oh hey, Hair by Maxi. It's like no, I'm Maxi.
Yeah.
Like, but that's because I did that. Like I was all I had was my career. So I was honestly just at rock bottom, and you know I wasn't the best partner. I don't even know how I still have, like honestly.
Were you with Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know how I had Matt. Like how the fuck did he put up with me? And I was very depressed, very angry. You know, I had no libido. I couldn't even look at myself naked, let alone do the deed, you know? So I think my turning point was like, honestly, like no one is going to come and save you, and you're depressed, you're anxious, but like you're the only one, you're doing this to yourself. And so I remember being like, oh, I really need to fucking pull myself up there, and I need to pull myself together, and like the medication's not working, the CBD was not working, like nothing's working because like I needed to work. Like I was relying on like all that kind of stuff. So I think I really did hit rock bottom, and I don't think that many people really, you know, including Matt, like I don't think he really knows how bad it got with my mental health, and so he wouldn't even know that I'd come out. And like, because you know, like I was always brought up as like, you'll be right. If I broke a rib and like my mum was like, you'll be fine, I sliced my entire finger and had to go to hospital, you'll be right, we'll just put a band-aid on it. Like I was brought up in the whole like, you'll be right, which is great. Like it served me because it's so right, like you will be right. But it also had a downfall of like I felt like I couldn't actually cry in front of people, because if I cried in front of people it was like stupid, silly, you didn't need to do that. So I feel like a lot of people around me didn't really know how fucked it had gotten in the mind. I contemplated not being here anymore, and I was like, you know what, I think life would actually probably be better off without me here. Like I'm actually a burden, like poor Matt, poor everybody, like poor everyone, you know. Like, and I often thought if I just disappeared, like would anyone notice? And at the point, like the people that would notice would be like my family and my clients, because I wouldn't show up to their hair, but no one else. Like no one else checked on me, but I didn't check on them. I think for me, like my turning point was just like, you can either take the easy option out and not be here anymore, or you can go, I'm gonna give this my fucking all, and you're not gonna give up just because you can't be bothered one day. And well, here I am. So I feel like there was so much of, you know, why I wanted to do what I wanted to do was for me, but a byproduct of that was like to be a better partner for Matt, like to be the best dog mum, like to be the best hairdresser. Like I can 100% vouch that like I was not a very good person as a hairdresser, even though I'm so good at my job. I honestly think my clients kept coming back because I was so good at my job, but I was not nice. Like I didn't talk to them.
Wow.
I was literally like, I didn't talk to them. Like, I was so dysregulated. I was so overbooked. I was so anxious. I was so highly strung that like, I honestly think a lot of them just kept coming back because I was so good at my job. And like that's just fucked. So I think I had to get to rock bottom. Am I saying that everyone needs to get to rock bottom? No. But I think that you need to take responsibility, because I think I put a lot of my responsibility, like, I can't do this because of my job, and I can't do this because trauma, and I can't do this because I was built up, I can't do this, like, I think there comes a time where you stop looking at what happened to you in the past or all your excuses or a diagnosis, and you just start looking at your excuses. And that's what I did. And that's honestly, that's all there is. Like, I just decided, well, you don't want to crash your car into that tree and die. So make the decision to lock in. And I did. And here I am, like 5 years on. So for me, it was just like, I got to rock bottom. I took a big look in the mirror and thought, I'm changing. And at that time, honestly, I couldn't afford to have a coach, but I did it anyway. Because sis could afford to buy a large mocha and a toasted sandwich every day.
I can afford a coach.
I can afford a coach.
Is that like what like drives you every day as well? Like if you are one day feeling like really shit and lazy and stuff, are you like,
I never want to go back to how I felt. Like, if you can't do it for you, and if you have a partner or if you have a kid, like, if you can't do it for you and you can't anchor into, like, you, do it for them. Like, I can't even imagine, like, how hard that would be for Matt. Like, you know, I've seen Matt go through some, like, waves of shitness, and watching him be depressed for a week kills me. Imagine living with that motherfucker for, like, years. Like, imagine, like, how the fuck did he like, he would be like, I'm going to go to gym, and I'd be like, like, why? Like, or he'd be like, let's go out for dinner. I'd be like, no, it's just order takeaway. Like, imagine, like, I can't even, like, I owe him my life, you know. That's why I have so much drive now, and like, I want to do things, and I'm exciting, and like, because like, holy shit, the poor guy.
You girl got bullied for it. Did you not just say that this is it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sign off with this.
Oh.
Wait, you got bullied for being on YouTube?
Yeah, it's cool. People like play it in front of me, and I was like,
oh my god. And there's like so many people that like did YouTube from young, and they're like so successful right now. And
your girl stopped.
Fuck.
And I loved it. Like, I would get like sent so much shit, like so much like influencer vibes, and like unbox it and stuff, and then I get bullied at school. I'm like, this is not worth it.
But I know that, and that's the thing. Like, we're about to finish this, but like,
let's keep going.
People are fucked. Like,
Actually.
people love you when you're fucked. Like, I'm gonna be completely real with you. When I was fat, depressed, ugly, miserable, lacking confidence, hated myself, hated the world, I was so well loved on social media. When I made it was called Maxi Fit Journey or some shit. My current fitness account, my journal, pretty much. When I shared that, I was private. So many people wanted to be my friend, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, queen," because I was fat and miserable, and like that made them feel better. Like that I was out here being like, yeah, out here. But the minute that I started to look good, the minute I actually like, oh, I'm starting to improve my confidence. Crickets, bro.
Yeah.
And like the same as in hairdressing. Like, everyone loved me. I had people in my DMs being like, "Oh my god, queen," la 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 la. And then they came up, and I messaged them, and they'd be like, no reply. And I'm like, bitch, remember where you came from? Like, you were in my DMs like literally 6 years ago, and now you'll come up. Like, I don't even want that crown. You have it. But yeah, people are always gonna hate you. And I think that if you only do things because you're scared of what everyone else thinks, trust me, people that don't like themselves are the ones that hate. Like, for you, I'm like, do YouTube.
Because it triggers people.
Yeah. I'm like, she just said like she might want to do YouTube. I mean, you've got a lot going on, but it could be pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, do it. But like, if you said that to someone else who was like insecure in themselves or whatever, they'd probably say, why
are you doing YouTube?
Why?
Or like, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
You're just not doing enough.
Yes. Bro. I got 2 jobs.
Literally.
A YouTube channel, an Instagram channel, and mail list.
Yeah.
A renovation, a dog mum, a dog.
And you're choosing all of this as well. Like,
I'm choosing
someone
it.
that was like insecure would be like, you're doing too much, like you need to rest, like you need to just like look after yourself. Someone that was really insecure that they weren't doing enough.
Definitely.
But it's like, I would never say that, because that's your choice. You're doing what you're doing.
No, I think you can do more. You can meal prep and shit.
Yeah. I can drink my water.
like literally, like, even like, you know, last week you were like, I'm gonna go away, and I was like, and you're gonna meal prep? Oh, you're just gonna organize it before you go? Oh, but I might do. I'm like, no, bitch, you're doing it.
Doing it now.
And then you had the best week.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely people will always say shit. Like, I think that you just need to just do whatever you want, and people are gonna judge you no matter what. People are gonna judge you if you're doing well. People are gonna judge you if you're doing shit.
And you're this
But
bitch in the
also,
world.
just to like
In a
reverse
floating
that.
rock.
In a reverse, who's judging who? So like, oh, she's probably thinking I'm such a loser, but are you judging her thinking she's saying that? So actually you're the one judging.
Yeah. Or do you say that about other people?
Yeah.
Something for you to think about.
Anyway, thanks for joining me on my podcast.
Yeah. You should start a podcast. Next Journey podcast.
Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door.
Morning, just making my morning coffee. I was gonna train legs this morning, and honestly, I just don't feel 100% today. I kind of feel like last night, all of a sudden, like around like 8 o'clock, my throat just like seems like a bit scratchy. And so I was gonna go train legs this morning, but I woke up and I had that exact same feeling, and I was like, oh, it could be me snoring, whatever. And like my nose, it's hard to know because I have a deviated septum, but my nose is like also a little bit like runny / blocked. And I was doing my makeup, as you can see, like I'm literally in gym clothes, and the whole time talking to myself, going like, you're just talking yourself out of it because you don't want to train legs. Are you actually feeling a bit off? Like, what are you really? And you know, like that's something that I actually have to do a lot. Like I had to do that last Wednesday when I was absolutely just choosing the easier option because legs, like, oh, kills me. But this morning, as I was getting ready, I was, you know, doing my skincare, my hair, my face, putting my earrings in. I actually really had to go inwards and go like, no, you actually don't feel 100%, and you are not being lazy. So that's listening to your body. Like I said, I probably feel 9 out of 10. So 10 being good. It's just like this small little niggle. Now, what I have learnt is that the quicker you pull back, when you have the smallest little niggle, the quicker you can actually push forward. This is where people go wrong, where they might feel like me today, and they'll be like, they'll put it to the side and they'll try to gaslight themselves into feeling better, and then the training puts so much stress on the body, and then they get sick, and then they wonder why. But learning to like fully ask yourself these questions, be like, okay, am I actually using this as an excuse to be lazy? Or is there actually reality to that? And this today, 100%, I was like, training is not going to serve me. And I have a huge days coming up with hairdressing and coaching and like everything like that I don't have time to get sick. So it's really important that I do this. So I'll just train legs tomorrow and I'll adapt. And today I'll pull back a little bit. And then I got to gym now. Not that I take my watch seriously as like, oh my God, it tells me what to do. But even my watch, when I went to the gym just to do some steps purely because it's warmer. And yes, don't worry, I was away from everybody. And like, I fucking hate when people go to the gym and they're sick. And like I said, I'm 9 out of 10. I just have a little bit of a scratchy throat. That's all I have. And I got up and I had my barley, like, cold and flu stuff. And I'll have my Armour Force in a second. Just need to eat before I do that. But my watch, when I got to the gym, I like, oh, like, get out of that. Like, it gives you like a overnight view. And it was like body clock 30, training ability, rest, HRV, which is like your stress load, high. And I was like, okay, cool. When I weighed myself this morning, I was 1.3 kilos up on the scales, which are again little signs that like there is something going inside me internally. And this is why I feel like learning to understand your body is so important. As soon as I jumped on the scale, I was like, okay, what I'm thinking in my head is not fake or made up so I can be lazy today. There is something like, obviously my body is inflamed for some reason. Yesterday was a rest day, just did 25 minutes on the bike. So the fact the scales was up, like, sure, I had a later dinner, a different kind of dinner, more fats, but it doesn't make sense. And then my watch, and then just like being really aware of myself. I think where some people go almost like they swing completely the other way is like they will feel fine, but they actually want to be a little bit like lazy, and so then they will pull back. I have had to learn that. I was the opposite. I've always been someone who, you know, I went to school when I was sick, mum wouldn't let me have sick days. I went to work sick, mum would be like, just get over it, you'll be fine, work will make you feel better. So I have definitely been someone who's had to relearn all of that and then to be where I am today. And that hasn't been easy. There was times where like I had to really like work through me feeling lazy or feeling like I'm letting myself down by missing a session or adapting my day or like not being disciplined. Now it's like self-respect is listening to your body in these ways and actually listening to your body properly. Like I said, there's a few little warning signs that right now my body could be fighting something. So for me to go to gym right now is disciplined and hardcore, but is it? Because it gives no self-respect. It gives not kind, not love. Like, so that's my little thoughts on that. Obviously, we know that colds like manifest in little ways. Like I messaged my sister this morning. I was like, oh no, I feel like I could be on the verge of getting sick. I've got like a scratchy throat. And she's like, mine started exactly like that. So again, it's just like pulling back, even if you have a tiny little niggle, and it's hard and it's challenging. And you could be like me, that was, you know, brought up in a family that you just got it done, sick or healthy or in pain. You just got it done. You just shut up and get it done. Relearning that has been challenging, but it has been so worth it, because you can't tie your self-worth to exercise or running or anything like that. And I'm so glad that I healed, still continue to heal these parts and like have these inner conversations. Like I almost like inner coach myself, because, you know, 2 years ago I fractured my foot and I couldn't train lower body for 30 days. Like 30 days. No, that was pneumonia. I had pneumonia for 30 days, which means like I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do anything except for like light walking, if and where I felt able to. And there was not a single time where I was like, I'm a failure, I'm being lazy. I literally just like, this is just how I have to look after myself right now. Same as my foot. And I fractured my foot after running 21. I couldn't run. And if I hadn't have worked through this shit, like this not doing enough, resting is lazy, looking after your body is lazy, I would have been in serious trouble. And this is what I actually coach a lot of my clients on. I feel like sometimes though we have swung too far one way or too far the other way, where you actually have these early signs and you go to the gym and you put it to the side and you're so disciplined and like that makes you feel good and like you think that that's actually benefiting you. Or you're the other side where you're like, oh my God, I cut my finger, I have to go to hospital, I can't train. Like, I feel like there's two completely different sides. I think that you need to find a middle ground to that and being like, okay, cool. Like me today, I feel about 9 out of 10, this could actually become pretty bad if I go to the gym. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to nourish your body. You're going to eat really good foods today. I always eat really good foods. You're going to do some gentle walking, try and walk outside, get some vitamin D. I already have been outside. And I just booked a sauna for 9 o'clock, and I'm just going to look after myself wholeheartedly. I'm just gonna have my coffee now on the couch, like little things like that, where I'm actually just like slowing down, not trying to distract and put it under the bridge type vibes, because that will just lead you to get sick for much longer. So yeah, you are either one way or the other, and that has honestly been my biggest work. Like working on, like, even just when I was doing my makeup this morning, like talking myself through it. Are you just wanting to be lazy? Are you just wanting to avoid gym? Are you wanting to avoid doing legs? Are you wanting to avoid going to gym because Matt's in bed? Are you wanting? And I had to really coach myself through those questions. And I think that's the thing. So many people go day to day without even asking themselves some deeper questions. And I know for me, I was on autopilot. So yeah, start actually asking yourself before you make a decision on anything, a rash decision, a life decision, a gym decision, if you want to rest or not. Ask yourself, am I actually going to benefit from this, or could this actually like tarnish my journey or head or whatever. So for today, I was like, is this going to actually benefit me training today? Probably not. Like, my body doesn't feel 100%. My hands are hurting. My body kind of feels a bit achy. So let's just rest today, and it's Wednesday. Like, I train 3 times a week. If it's Wednesday, I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday to train. I've got 2 more sessions. And even if I needed to rest tomorrow as well, your body doesn't know the difference if you miss 1 session out of fucking a million that you've done. Don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you have done. And if you look at my training program, we have like a calendar, you'll see that there is like so many freaking little green dots to say that I've completed shit. So that's what we look at.